Hello, just a quick update. I've been to do an anxiety therapy on a young lady today, and she was pretty bad. She'd been pretty bad for a long time. Uh, the background, which she thought was the background, was when she had her last baby, and her anxiety stemmed from there. It turns out it wasn't. She's been having negative thoughts that not very very unhealthy thoughts, and her mum turned around and told her, "You shouldn't be thinking like that. That's not normal." When in actual fact, negative thoughts are very normal because we need to compare the positive with the negative. It's almost like the military do a lot of exercises. They do exercises about war and the outcome of a battle where there's going to be lots of deaths. They need to think about these lots of deaths. They need to build up these scenarios. Within that, inside ourselves, we have a lot of scenarios that we work out and we judge them to be good or bad. In order to experience the good, we need to understand the bad. So, for instance, if some people might get really annoyed at someone, and they really, really are so frustratingly annoyed that this person does something bad to them, so they may think inside the mind, if I had a gun, this is what I would do. So they work out this little storyline inside the head. It's we call it the woulda, shoulda, coulda. Woulda, shoulda, coulda syndrome. I would have, I should have, I could have. Now, woulda, shoulda, coulda is what we all have. It's built within us. What we do, we work out scenarios. Then we have an outcome. We think of the bad first, then the outcome always turns out to be good. The outcome, for instance, going back to the gun scenario, if I had a gun, I would have shot that person. Then you think about, whoa, just a moment. Here's the gun. What would I have done? Bang, bang. The person's dead. Then you tell yourself, that's not me. I'm not that sort of a person. So you've worked out the scenario. You've worked out the end result. You realise you are not a killer. You are not a bad person. But people get the wrong impression. They think of bad things and think they are bad people. You're not bad people. You're working out the good, the end result. You're working out something that you are perceiving, you are receiving. You're doing the woulda, coulda, shoulda syndrome. So once you've worked it out, you'll realise at the end everything's okay. This girl was, sorry, my apologies. This lady was working out bad things to the point I'll say this now, she thought she didn't want to be here anymore. She thought that she could take her and her children. These thoughts were going through her mind. Now, the end result was she couldn't do that. That's not what she is. And she would never do that. That's the end result. But because she thought of it, she thought she was a bad person. She's not a bad person. In order to get a positive, we need to think of the negative. We have to have something to compare it to. So a lot of bad thoughts that we have are quite normal. So don't think your negative thoughts are bad. The only time they are bad is if you enjoy them. If you enjoy the negative and the end result is another negative, then you really need to seek help. But if you have the negative thought, which turns out to be a positive, then you are very healthy. You have a healthy mind, and you just like the military, just like the police, they do bomb disposal exercises. They'll clear streets just for an exercise. They're thinking of the worst case scenario. They're thinking of the outcome. But at the end of it, there's no bomb there. It was just an exercise. And inside your mind, you are allowed to think negative in order to work out what the positive outcome is going to be. So any anxiety that you may have could feel like a negative, but at the end of it, there's nothing there. An anxiety attack will make your heart palpitate, you'll come in cold sweats, your body's autonomic system will go out of sync, you'll send chemicals all over that are very negative and give you cold sweats and fear. But at the end of that panic attack, nothing has happened. It's like another exercise inside. You're sensing the negative in order to feel the positive. Understand the negative. Always have a yin and a yang. If you understand yin and yang, you'll understand in all good there is some evil, in all evil there is some good. In all negative thoughts there are good. In all good thoughts there are negative. You need the yin and yang. You have to have the both of them. The world will not rotate properly if we don't have the yin and yang. It has to have something to pull against. We call it gravity. So we have to work out bad thoughts into good thoughts. Like a mother, who will think of the worst thing that could ever happen to their child. Oh my goodness, if my child got run over. Ooh. And you get all these negative thoughts, horrible thoughts. So you're working out now ways of protecting your child. Better ways. Keeping them close to you, teaching them how to cross the road. We are built this way. We're built to initiate a negative to formulate a positive. So any negative thoughts that you have, treat them as a good thought, as a positive. Treat them as something that you need to have in order to work out the end result. So I'll leave with that thought. That young lady, by the way, after I finished her therapy, she messaged me and said she's feeling the best she's felt for a long time. So I hope this makes some sense to you. I know it's a little bit long and drawn out, but I hope it makes sense to some people who could be watching this who have negative thoughts and are worried about those negative thoughts. Don't worry about the negative thoughts. The only time to worry is if you are enjoying those negative thoughts. If you are feeling that they are good, that's the time to worry. That's the time you need to speak to somebody. Other than that, use those negative thoughts to formulate a positive. Feel good about yourself and understand how great it is to finish with a positive. I'll leave you with that. Thank you very much.